What is going on today, fam? So we are back again today. Today we're working up on the Gx470. All right, so this is my daily driver right here, slash winter beater, slash, you know, just general, just adventure vehicle. But being the fact that I daily drive this thing, I know, right? Terrible idea with these terrible gas prices we got right now. One of the things that I noticed about it that I did not like, as much as I love this truck, because it is a fantastic truck, great rig, was how you weren't able to adjust the seat to get comfortable. I noticed that the seat was just super uncomfortable, and it was more so just the fact that my legs didn't have enough of a natural bend in them, I felt. So I had Googled, you know, a Gx470, a seat not comfortable, seat uncomfortable, all that good stuff. And lo and behold, it brought me to a forum. And then on that forum, I found these seat risers, okay? So what these seat risers actually do is they make it so the bottom of the seat is then going to be able to sit more at an angle up like that, which is going to give you a better bend in your legs, which will make you more comfortable. I already got a set of them installed on the passenger side. You can see just how that side sits higher, and it gives you a more comfortable position while driving. All right, so I kind of got used to just how like uncomfortable the seats were, but being the fact that the winter's here, I plan to do some snowboarding, and then a lot of the closer, so a lot of the better slopes are 3-4 hours away. I was like, you know what, now is the better time than ever to go ahead and to install these. So where did I get these? All right, so a gentleman actually makes these privately. His name is Ryan. All right, and I'm gonna have his name on top at the screen here. All right, his name on Facebook is actually Ryan Argabright. Ryan Argabright. All right, so I'm gonna have that link there. So if you want a set of these yourself, you can actually hit him up on Facebook to get a set of your own. All right, so prices are as followed. All right, so for one set of these, all right, so that's for two of them, to actually go to raise up the seat will be $58 shipped. All right, but if you want both sets for your driver and your passenger, he'll actually do it for $88 shipped. All right, so if you want a set of these yourself, I just have a link to his actual Facebook page, and you can private message him yourself, and you can get a set of these for your rig. All right, but trust me, I think it's gonna be a worthwhile investment. But let's get into the actual install of these things. All right, not for me blabbering. So we're going to do the driver's seat install. So what you actually need to do, I would just go ahead and move your floor mats out of the way. So we're going to come to the front, right? We're going to have to actually go to remove these covers in order to gain access to. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get the front ones out. So got the seat back. Now I'm just going to try to squeeze and pull a little bit, work these free. There we go. Had to kind of like lift up on it a little bit. I already got those out. You can see the way that kind of is, so you have to move it around a little bit. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side. All right, got the other side out. All right, got those out. Then now that we got those out, now we have access to the two 14 millimeter bolts that actually hold the front of the seat in. But before we take those out, we'll move to the back. And we need to do the same thing. We need to go ahead and remove those covers. Let's move the seat forward first. All right, so we're gonna move the seat forward just to help us gain some room. That's all that is right there, okay? That's all that is. All right, now that we're at the back, we're gonna move the back covers. It's kind of crazy because I saw the other, oh, there we go. It's kind of came from underneath the corner right here, pulled up a little bit, and just lift it, pop right off. As you can see, there's two 14 millimeter bolts here. So what we're actually gonna do is go to loosen up these two 14 millimeter bolts. We're gonna take them out, but then we're gonna thread them in about 3 or 4 turns. The reason why we do this, because when we take out our front bolts, all right, we're gonna have to like tip the seat back a little bit in order to get the new bracket underneath it. All right. This is super quick install. I would say 10 minutes you can have this done. 10 minutes you can have this done. All right. So now I'm going to thread it back in a few turns, 1, 2, 3, That's good enough. Keep it loose like that. So now that we have the rear loose, now we're gonna bring our attention to the front. We're just gonna bring back the seat. So you can go ahead and bring back the seat all the way back. All right, so that way you have plenty of room to go to install the actual seat risers themselves. So now that we got that, what I'm actually gonna come and do is remove my 2 seat bolts completely. All right, so now that we have both those bolts out, got those just right here, just chilling, right? So what we're actually gonna go ahead and do, right? So when you get those out, so now you can actually just go to push the seat back like that. All right, so that's gonna be important just so we can actually go to install our risers themselves. So now, just a little bit about the risers, okay? So the way that they are set up to operate is that, so the side that does not have the nut up in it, all right, is gonna be on the bottom. All right, so your notch side, which is this side, if you look at the other side, that's not notched, but this side that's kind of flat right here, this is gonna be facing towards the back of your seat, okay? Just like this, just like this. So the notch side will face towards the back of the seat. So I'm gonna go ahead and install one of these just so I can show y'all exactly how they go and just how simple this this whole just install process actually is. All right, so we're gonna just go ahead, take out this bolt right here, this bolt and this nut combo, like so. All right, remember the notch side needs to go towards the seat. Now I'm gonna push back on the seat like this, okay? When I do that, I'm gonna take my bolt, my original bolt, all right, and I'm gonna thread that in. Thread that in like that, okay? And then, right, and then your seat is gonna sit on it like that. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side right quick, then we'll come back to the right side of the seat to finish up. Now what you wanna actually do, you can come from the back of the actual seat bracket and you can bring your bolt, your bolt through like this, right? Once that's through, you can go to thread your nut on it like that. And you just wanna get this hand tight, okay? So I'm gonna get this hand tight to begin with. Now, I'm gonna do the other side right quick, just before I go to tighten the whole thing. Okay, so once you're at this part right here, now is a good time to go and tighten the original bolt that you pulled out. Just go ahead and tighten that one first. I'm already excited just to feel the difference. All right, so now that we got that off right there, so what you need to do here now is you need to grab another 14mm wrench, all right? So the reason is that you actually need to hold the head of the bolt down here, all right? So you actually need to hold the head of the bolt. So if you just get like an open M14, then you can use that, all right? But you can also just try to tighten it and just hold the head of the nut itself. And as long as you can get it tight without it spinning, you can, so that might be good enough as well, but I'm gonna go ahead just to make sure that's nice and tight. And now I'm gonna do the other side right quick, then we are G2G. So now that we got that in place, now what we're gonna do, super simple, we're just gonna go ahead and put these covers back on, right? Snaps right back into place. Almost looks factory. Like nothing even happened. All right, then we're gonna do the same thing for the back, and then we'll go ahead and test out so the seat position and with our first seat. All right, y'all, so I got the rear bolts tightened up in the rear of the seat. Front bolts are all tightened up, covers are back on. So now we try out to see where we ended up. Wow, it's like, hold on, let me see if I can show y'all. But just the angle that my legs are at now compared to what it once was, it's just man, it just seems like a lot more natural position than my legs being just so flat like they were before. The way my foot just falls on the pedals and stuff like that, like I can already like feel a difference. But before I give my whole opinion, I'm gonna drive the vehicle for like a week and then I'll come back to reflect and give my opinion on just the differences that I feel, you know, just if my back feels better, you know, if I feel more comfortable and stuff like that. And I'll get back to y'all just to let you know if I personally feel like you should spend your money on this product. But I will say that the construction is good. The quality of bolts seem to be like very high quality. The welding is high quality. So those are all good signs. And then Ryan just seemed like a really nice guy anyway. So pretty dope so far. But I will see y'all in a bit to give y'all my full just final thoughts on it. All right. So I'll see y'all in about a week. All right, y'all, so I'm back as promised. I just want to give y'all a bit of an update. I've been driving my Lexus Gx470 with the front seat risers and game changing, honestly. One of the things I disliked about the vehicle was that it just puts your legs at a weird angle and I couldn't get comfortable in the seat. But these seat risers, they really help to pivot just the seat back, so that way your legs sit like more relaxed. Like kind of like you're like in like a lazy boy chair, you know, like watching TV or something at your house, and it's just so much better. I could definitely see how these seat risers could definitely be beneficial when you're on a long trip or something like that, because man, it's just so much more comfortable, I feel, and that's just driving back and forth to work for a week. But I'm looking forward to seeing how they do on longer trips as well. So I can definitely recommend these seat risers. So like I said, I had wanted to just take time to really fill them out, just make sure it wasn't like all like placebo, and make sure I felt like there were actual benefits before I gave my true opinion. So thank you, Ryan. I appreciate you just sending me a set of these to try out. And I did pay for these, by the way. I did get a discounted rate, but I did pay for them. But if you want to get your own set, make sure to hit Ryan up on his Facebook. I'm gonna have a link to his Facebook in the description. So if you want your set of seat risers to help make your Gx470 just a little bit more comfortable, definitely hit up Ryan. Real cool dude, man of his word. But hope you liked the video. If you did, please do remember to like, just drop a comment, doesn't matter what it is, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell, okay? So that's gonna help me by letting YouTube know, hey, people like the video. It's gonna help the algorithm, and that's just gonna help my channel to grow more organically. So I appreciate your time. Take it easy. I'm out.